just like I always say, guys, your opinion is your opinion, no matter what. Whatever I say in the next 5 to maybe even 10 minutes in this video, it doesn't matter to you. You're just watching it to see my opinion, but your opinion is your own. And that's all I'm going to say. Did I like this movie or not? Let's talk about one of the biggest movies of the year. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This is the 8th film in the Star Wars saga. It's come out. It's late right now. It's literally 5 in the morning right now. I am very tired. I had to work through the madness of Star Wars. It was insane. It was fun. It was great. And I can't wait for the next week or so to work even more when it's just going to be more and more and more. It's going to be great. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the movie itself, Star Wars. And I did see it tonight, and I'm very excited to tell you guys that the movie is a good Star Wars movie. I will get that out of the way. This is a good Star Wars movie. Now, is it your regular old Star Wars? Not at all. This is the most different type of Star Wars film I have ever seen, hands down, and either you're gonna really like this movie or you're really gonna hate it. And I hate to say this, but I'm right in the middle. And that's not a bad thing. I said this. This is a good Star Wars film. I enjoyed 78% of it. Like that's my honest opinion of it. So let's just I'm not gonna get into the story. I'm gonna do the basics. We are picked up right where we left off in The Force Awakens with Rey and Luke. Rey handing Luke the lightsaber, and then as that is going on, Rey and Luke are together on this island, whatever, doing a lot of training, a lot of stuff, character development. Kylo Ren is gone mad. He's got a band-aid scar now. He's going over control. He's trying to turn dark, or is he good? He's in this zone. He's in there. And then we got Finn and Rose, who is going off to a casino and just... yeah, and then we got Poe, and then we got Leia, and this ship getting chased by the ships, and they got their force fields are lowering, and Laura Dern shows up to lead the group. Like, so there's a lot going on in this movie. I'm gonna go and say this in positives. First things first, Rian Johnson does a great job. He directed the crap out of this film, and he wrote a good screenplay. He did a really good job. Like, I really gotta give him a lot. There are some amazing shots. There's literally a shot that is pure beauty to look at. Even when you go to my movie theater, we literally have a picture on the door saying at the 1 hour and 50 minute mark, the sound will go off for about 10 seconds. This is part of the movie for the director, and when this moment happens, you'll know exactly what it is. It is the coolest thing to happen in the Star Wars. It's one of the coolest things. I loved that. It felt so different. I loved that. The characters overall, they're great. Daisy Ridley as Rey. I mean, she gets so much more character development in this movie. Rey is such a great character. You learn more about her. You get so much about her. And again, I'm not getting into spoilers at all, I promise. Let's talk about Mark Hamill as Luke. Guys, he is great. I mean, this is Luke Skywalker in a different way. But he has some of the best character dialogue moments in the entire movie. There's one scene where he talks to a character, and when you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And it literally, I was smiling the entire time. That's all I'm gonna say. Luke Skywalker, I love Mark Hamill as this character. He is great. He is great in this movie, and he has some of the most badass moments in the movie. And then, of course, we got Kylo Ren, who is a great character. I mean, the first movie, he's literally a child learning his ability. He's not done training. In this movie, he's not done either. There's more to it, and it's more deeper in his past. What's going to happen in the future. I love that stuff. Kylo Ren, Adam Driver, I mean, he really is one of the best, most character developed in this movie. There's so much goes into him. I love that. And I love to see what they're going to do with him or what not they're going to do with him. I don't want to get into it, of course, but I just love his character and what they've done with him. He's such a different character than your regular old villain. I just love Kylo Ren. Of course, Carrie Fisher is great as Leia. It's so hard seeing her on screen, though. It's like, dang, I'm gonna miss you. And it really I felt for her. I was like, oh, Carrie Fisher, come on. It's so sad. Of course, John Boyega as Finn. He was great as Finn. His storyline we'll get to in a minute. Poe, Oscar Isaac as Poe. In the first movie, you didn't get to see a lot of his skills as a flight pilot or whatever. In this one, he is full-blown in it. He is one of the coolest characters in the movie. Laura Dern does show up. I won't get into her character at all. Overall, I liked her. She was fine. She was perfect in the role. And now let's get more into the minuses. Let's just go ahead and say, like, Benicio del Toro. Again, I won't get into any of his character. But his character is super predictable, just saying. And I really I don't like how he talked. When you watch the movie, you'll see how he talks. I didn't like how he talked. His character was so predictable. Like, I really couldn't care about Benicio del Toro. I mean, he was good, but, like, he was such a predictable character. It was ridiculous. Donald Gleason, I said this in Force Awakens, I'll say it again in this one. Damn, he's overcooking it. In the first scene in the movie, he is just overcooking it, man. Like, I think he's terrible in this role. I said this for the Force Awakens, I'm pretty sure. If I didn't, he is. I hate him. He's bad. Like, I've never liked Donald Gleason in this role at all. Andy Serkis as Snoke. I will say you do get to see Snoke a lot more than you did in the first one. Andy Serkis killed it. I loved everything, his motion capture, his voice. He was great. They kind of wasted him, though. I mean, he's not really in it that much. I mean, what makes sense, though. I mean, the scenes he's in, they're great. But it's kind of like Darth Vader, where, like, you want to see more of him, give him more, but then they kind of, like, literally just, like, throw him away. And, like, when you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I don't know. Rose, she was the little girlfriend or, like, kind of relationship with Finn, whatever. And I just didn't like her character at all. And I don't know, it's just something about her. I didn't like her. I didn't care for her character at all. She had some character development in the very beginning of the movie, but then I never cared for Rose at all. And this is one of my big minuses. There is a scene of Finn and her going on this trip to another planet. This whole segment could have been taken out of this movie, and it could have been cut down at least 20 minutes. When you go back and look at it, you're like, why did we need all this in this little big action scene? Like, why do we need that? I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. Like, I don't understand why we need that scene. It felt so wasted. It felt like they wanted to add just another big action scene and some fun toys, you know? Like, that's what it felt like to me. I just didn't care for that scene at all. Not at all. So every time they kept coming back to Finn and Rose, I never cared. I never bought their relationship at all. They tried to make it kind of romantic, whatever, and I never got into it. Not at all. Like, it came out of nowhere. They were good friends, and then there was, like, romance. I was like, where did this come from? Like, all that was, in my opinion, pretty bad. And that makes me sad because Finn was such a great character in the first one, and this one, I gave two shits about Finn. That's scary. I'm sad to say that because Finn was awesome in the first one. Now, like I said in the very beginning of this review, this is one of the most different Star Wars movies. And when I say that, I mean it, guys. I mean, overall, they take some chances. There are some things in this movie that just doesn't feel like Star Wars. And you're going to love it or hate it. I'm right in the middle. I really need to see this movie again. Like, I gotta watch it a few times. Because right now, I like the movie. I don't love this movie right now, and that's kind of depressing. Now, a lot of you will be like, oh, it's disappointing. No. It's a good movie. Go see it. It's Star Wars. There's great CGI, action, Rian Johnson directing, acting, characters. There's got all of that. But it just didn't feel like Star Wars. It's really different. I can't get into it because it involves a lot of spoilers, but there's some great, beautiful moments. Then there's some moments you're just like, did we really need that, or why did you do this? And that's so different from Star Wars. And I know a lot of you are saying, well, you said Force Awakens copied off the thing. Well, I know I said that, and it's the truth. I'm sorry. But this one just felt really different to where I need to see it again. I need to get used to it. So, like, in a month or two, I might say this is my favorite Star Wars movies. I might. I don't know. I'm just saying. But at this moment of the review, it's definitely not my favorite Star Wars movie. Nowhere near my favorite, which is my personal favorite now is actually A New Hope. So it's nowhere near my favorite, but I enjoyed the movie. And the one more minus thing, I kind of thought the ending was a disappointment. They set up this big thing, whatever, when you watch it, you're like, this is about to be amazing. It's kind of disappointing if you ask me. It was kind of like, oh, well, never mind then. Like, when you watch it, you'll completely understand what I mean. So overall, Star Wars Last Jedi, it was a good Star Wars movie. I enjoyed it. I liked it. There are things that are very different in this movie that I might have to develop into to where I watch it more and more, the more I like it, or the more I'm not into it. So again, really this review is just a review of my first reaction, I could honestly say. So my first reaction, this might come surprising, but I'm gonna give the movie a B. That's just my first reaction. It's a good movie. Guys, go see it. Like, it's a really good movie. But there are just things that I don't like. And also, one more thing. They wasted Phasma. Captain Phasma. You know, the character that looked really cool in Force Awakens. I was like, oh, they totally wasted her. What did they do with her in this one? They did nothing. She is not even in the movie. She's in the movie for like 4 minutes. Less, probably. So yeah, that was another little tiny thing I didn't like. But overall, go see it. It's Star Wars. And if you disagree with my opinion, that's okay. Like I said, in a month or so, I might love this movie. I'm going to see it probably again. I will develop into it, watch it a few more times, see how my opinion changes, and maybe in a month or two, maybe even a year, I'll love it. But for now, it's a solid Star Wars movie, and I definitely liked it a lot more than the prequels and a lot more than Rogue One. If that helps anything. But I do like Force Awakens more. I will say that. I like Force Awakens more than Last Jedi. So that is it, guys. That is my review of the most anticipated movie of the year. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.